Here today, Monday.
Okay.
Fresh
Monday,
off the
total
weekend.
madness. Real.
Funny how things halt. You have to maneuver.
You have to what?
Maneuver.
Maneuver?
Yeah, you have to maneuver. And the pollen has got us making moves. To the store. Getting sinus medicine.
Hydration.
And this is Texas though. This is Houston, Texas. Bipolar weather.
Yeah, but it's worse though. It's worse than it's ever been. As far as the pollen stuff. I think because of that hurricane, it moved a lot of stuff around.
Yeah.
Other places. So.
You know what else, man? You got developmental areas, trees getting cut down, different places. Got working on 290, that's stirring up dust and all kinds of stuff.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, that's construction everywhere. Buildings are falling down, but anyway. So yeah, man, we fresh off the weekend, man. I've been sitting there watching this Stormy Daniels stuff.
I watched a little bit of it.
I'm waiting to see how that's
little
going to play
excerpts. But I believe her.
I believe it too. And she kept it real. She said, I took the money.
Yeah, she
did it
took
twisted.
the
I
money.
took the money.
Yeah, but I still don't think it will affect his base. They don't even care.
Because his base is in control.
They don't care. His base is right there. If they could catch him in the act, and they'll still be like Team Trump.
Man, they done caught
So
him with his hand in the cookie jar about 3 or 4 times.
Right, and they don't care because he's keeping their agenda active.
Because, and you know what, it was so strategic. Except the only problem with their plan is they didn't think he was going to be as cocky. Like, he really has failed for the bullshit. And I think it's because he know he got money. And he know that he's used to getting his way, but he don't realize that they got him out here because he's a clown. We're gonna piss off all the Obama motherfuckers, and at the same time, we're gonna keep them busy while we got some shit going on that not even Trump know about.
Right.
Yeah, it's some secret. I'm telling you now, we gonna look up and something like I'm waiting for that pivotal switch. in society as we know it, or the world as we know it. Because technology, they're already dangerous, and technology is dangerous.
Technology is dangerous.
Like, me and my girlfriend were just talking about the Bluetooth in the cars.
Yeah.
So dudes thinking that they handling business in their cars, man, them Bluetooth's gonna
It's
be
catching it. It's recording all of that.
I've caught on somebody else's. I'm like, hold on,
For real?
yeah, oh man.
Wow.
Because at the end of the day, it's still.
Well, not even just your Bluetooth. Your phone is listening to everything. Because you can say, okay, Google. It's always listening. That Siri, all that stuff that they got in their house is always listening to everything that you have going on in your house.
One day Siri gonna say, keep talking, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Like, what?
Thank you.
Yeah, keep talking about what y'all meeting up where?
Okay, I'll be right there.
Man. But yeah, so time and time again, we see something that's bigger than what we really remember. I don't know what the next thing is, man.
What, technology?
Just not technology-wise, but just the next turn in history.
That's gonna be serious.
To me, right now, we're in a real destructive period. Like, the world is really in a destructive period. Now, I'm watching, like, when you look at it, let me show you how easily you can get caught up in dumb shit. And I get caught up in dumb shit all the time. You know, your YouTube, and really not just your YouTube, any account that you have, whether it be Pandora, YouTube, it creates its own, like, suggestions for you based upon what you watch, right?
It does.
And I watch a lot of podcasts, I watch stuff like that. You know, I like to see what people are talking about. And I didn't really realize how much dumb shit I watch. So I was just scrolling down looking for something to watch, and I'm like, it's just dumb shit. And I said, man.
That's funny.
And somebody
they made suggestions.
Here, dummy.
Shit.
Watch this.
Watch this. How funny.
But we in a pivotal time, and when even you got some of them old school people, like the old school good old boys and the old school government officials from the beginning of the time over the last 40 years, and you have some of them now that look at their presidency as a mockery, and they still won't admit that Obama was a good presidency, regardless of what. I mean, I know I get it. I hear it all the time. What did Obama really do for black people? But nah, fuck the dumb shit.
Well, yeah,
he didn't embarrass black people.
He did not.
Because he handled business. He was left a shitload of mess to clean up. He had to pull from somewhere. Everybody wasn't going to be happy. And he didn't get in any scandals. He was presidential.
Scandals.
His family was presidential.
Okay.
You know, they didn't say nothing to George Bush when his daughter was 16 on 6th Street getting pulled over by the police because she was drunk driving. Like the world forgot about that.
Yeah.
This little girl goes to college and smokes a joint and they lose their fucking mind. They start talking, or they put on a little dress and they start attacking the kids and shit.
Yeah, that's true. Because they got to find something. All this time they had nothing. And so this little bit of tidbit information came out. And so they had to put it on blast. She's a normal kid like everybody else.
She's normal, man. Chelsea didn't get no bullshit because Chelsea was like her daddy and her mom at the same time. She was smooth as hell. But, you know, I mean, they look for something wrong. But right now, it's the fact that power is being given back to these good old boys or these extra rich motherfuckers. Nobody's concerned about the world anymore.
But Bannon is having rallies telling people that being a racist is okay. Like
Trump said being a racist is okay.
No, I'm saying he has meetings where he's telling these people, own up to being racist.
Yeah. That alt-right movement.
Own it, yes.
That alt-right movement.
And they had a whole room full of those people. So, yeah. Change is coming.
Something is going to go down, and right now, I don't doubt. I mean, I know it's easy to blame it on population control or something like that, you know. But population control is very real.
Yeah, some of it is population control.
And it's to the point now where I don't doubt that some of these situations, such as the Las Vegas shooting and things like that, that really have been put in motion to gain to cover to turn a few stones in one movement. Is gain control again, to exterminate a few people.
Right.
You know, they believe in casualties of war, so you know what they say, replenish the earth with the blood of patriot type shit, whatever the fuck they say.
Right.
They like these people are sick, and I think now that they were so angry. I mean, I knew that they were angry that Obama was president, but like they really are like on some.
Right.
We finna get each and all you fucking Oprahs and everybody, all of us can get it. I don't care if you look like you voted for Obama, but you really voted for McCain. I'm still,
right.
You know, everybody
still
can
finna
get it.
Yeah.
It's just, it's sick. They put strategic people in.
Well, they're trying to promote fear though.
Yeah.
Because the fear tactics work.
Yeah.
It always works. These mass shootings and all this. The fear tactics work. It got these people scared.
And they get mad over the state.
Let
me tell you something. Like little shit, like really gets under their skin. It's like whoever in their right mind. I don't know not one black person that thought in their right mind that Obama was the all. Like he was just the savior. You know, he don't have no control. No president has control.
They don't.
They kill me with that the most powerful man in the world. Man, the president is not the most powerful man in the world.
He's a figurehead.
Yes, he is a front man just on a real big level. And so I just think, like, it kills me when some of the white people get mad, and it goes to show you that even ignorance has no color. Like, ignorance, it spills over into everything. But they really were like, this motherfucker is president. God damn it, the world is coming to an end. We're not gonna take this shit no more. And they just are like, and they found, and to show you how ignorant they are, they found the most ignorant nigga that they can find to represent them to be their president because they knew. And like, they really are mad about that. And then they really lost their mind some more over Black Panther.
They did.
They lost their mind over a dumbass movie.
Over a movie, yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out something next, like this.
Yeah. They were all up in arms about a movie, and it's a Marvel movie. Like, what's the big freaking deal?
Because that certain things are important to America. Dogs,
guns,
football, baseball, guns,
and apple pie.
Apple pie and fucking that. That's important to them, man. That type of shit right there. Superheroes. You know what I mean? Like, it was somebody it was a black person that got pissed because there was no black all superheroes. Somebody made a good point. Our first superhero was Blade. He was a vampire.
Yeah. Yeah, we forget about it.
And then we got Hancock, but he was a drunk.
Yeah, he was a drunk.
And I thought about that. I was like, man,
you had Hancock.
They right.
Yeah.
And Hancock was an alcoholic,
He was an
man,
alcoholic.
and was reckless.
Hell yeah.
But we had one in the '60s that a lot of people, unless you read that shit, they didn't know nothing about that.
Who?
I mean, unless you were a comic reader, unless you studied that, you know,
They didn't know about who?
Black Panther was created in the '60s.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, I mean, they bringing back all of this, and it's a fine time to do it. But they get mad over stupid stuff. Stuff they know that just because we have Black Panther and a black president, that white folk know they still got control. They should know that. We know that. We know that. We know they know that. That's why the laws are the way they are.
True.
So we just gotta go ahead and just really just chill, man. Everybody just gotta just relax. Smoke, chill, because we don't want no problems with them white folk. They need to smoke.
Yeah.
They on crystal meth, cocaine.
Yeah, they on that other stuff to mess up your teeth and
they in the White House high off cocaine. Trump, all of them. That's why Trump be tripping like that.
You think he on that cloud?
Yeah, Trump, yes. He may not be as what he used to be, because I know he's getting older, but that dude right there he gotta be, man. He gotta be. I mean, come on, man. To be honest with you, he was like the rock star of the corporate world.
That's
real
true.
estate.
He was.
And he got pictures with everybody. Obviously, he liked models. He married one.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
you gotta really be a real scumbag when your cokehead wife don't like it. She get out too.
I believe she get down.
Yeah, they get out, man. That's the lifestyle.
I believe she get down more than Trump get down. But like you said, in his younger years, he's still old as hell. But in his younger of himself, yeah.
Well, he had sense. See, back then, back then he had sense, and he said some things that made sense. But we, unless you were in New York or you knew the business, you didn't really know. Because I didn't know he was as. I mean, I always expect some white person to have a bit of racism in their blood. Like some type of racist plasma floating around now. But this dude right here, ever since he ran that whole campaign, and I saw it, so I know everybody else saw it. All he did was say racist shit. Back in the day, they would have been carried out in the stretcher.
Yeah. That's all he said.
Yeah, but he was in places that accepted that. But see, he tried to take that shit to Chicago, and that shit didn't work.
He went to Chicago?
Man, look, that nigga went to Chicago with that bullshit. He went over there, and they told him it might not be a good idea. So because all them black folk from the South Side, them niggas went down there to that rally.
Okay.
Because I think the night before was in St. Louis, and I think that's where they hit the black dude with the old man elbow. I could be wrong. It might not have been St. Louis. But basically...
But they was punching people in the face. Like he was saying, just punch them.
He said, I'll pay your lawyer fee.
Exactly.
He told him that. He said, I'll pay your lawyer fee.
They was just punching people.
And that's the thing
Pushing
that
them,
kills me.
Slapping them.
None of these people that just Tory Lauren, like I can't stand her, but white folk like her act like we really supposed to be glad that he didn't hit y'all with a whip versus our fist.
He did what?
Like they act like white folk act like because we're in this day and we've been so financially free for so long that that's supposed to mean something to us, like that we really free. They think that, because you walk this earth and you can go home and fly around the world and do all that stuff, that you're free. And we were just supposed to take that. Like, you're lucky we didn't hit your nigger ass with a whip.
Okay. That's what they say.
That's how they think. To me, I feel like that's how they think. A lot of them do.
Hit your nigger ass with a whip.
You're lucky we didn't hit you with a whip.
Yeah, hit your real money. Now it's gonna be a bonus. Hey, what's going on? Please don't hit my nigga ass with a whip.
Don't hit your nigga ass with a whip.
I was thinking the other day I seen somebody post that, like somebody said, thank God for slavery, and somebody said it was coming like you dumb coon ass nigga ass and all that and stuff. But I kind of feel the same way.
What you mean?
I feel, because I don't thank God for slavery, but for it needed a means for us to get over here. You know what I'm saying? God allowed it. I believe in God, so he allowed it. So he felt that it was a reason for us to get over here, to build America, to offer the many ways for us that we benefit now. We had a discussion at the barbershop about this and everything. And I say, to tell the truth, black folks now act like they too lazy to do stuff. And I wonder if it's because do they feel like
but
we
that was
did our
already in our
slavery
blood to build shit from the beginning.
I don't know what's in the blood.
No, seriously. When you look at how, I'm gonna tell you,
I believe in.
We was light years ahead of them. They took our shit from us.
I'm a Bible believer. So when I talk to people about things and stuff, I like to take it. I don't like to take it like I tell people that I'm black and I deal with the circumstances of being black and stuff like that. But I like to think I don't see color when it really come down to it, because I ain't gonna go back to what benefit me. I want to go back to I'm American. Oh no, cause I'm black, from Africa. No, we all from Adam and Eve, so we all came from one goddamn person. So that's how far if we want to go back, we're going to talk about now. If we're going to go back, Don't pick and choose how far we go back. Are we gonna go back to me in Austin, or me? You know what I'm saying? This.
No,
and that?
I mean when our history, our
You understand what I'm saying, Stacey?
But our bands, when you look at what we built,
Yeah.
when you look at the things that we did, like a lot of.
I don't know, because in Africa ain't a lot of shit built over there other than Egypt.
Well, what I'm saying is what was built. It was a lot of, bro. We was building castles. We was building villages.
Castles in Africa.
I'm just saying, like, well.
I'm serious. I'm like
mansions,
all bullshit.
Mansions.
You know what I'm
like
saying?
whatever we built that shit.
Maybe this because they portrayed us as
Villages.
huts and stuff like that. I haven't been over there to see
I mean, just
what's going on over
mathematics.
there.
Well, now it's huts and stuff because they came and took over the land.
And don't get me wrong, not all
As
that.
rich as that land, as rich as that land is,
They took
but
their
do
minerals
have
from the
castles.
land
yeah,
and stuff
they do
like
have,
that.
like castles, and they do have kings and stuff over there, and they have people who have property with livestock and all of that.
And
they
well,
have that, and they
I feel, and people say that white people ain't showing you that. They don't show you the good, but nigga, why don't you show it? Like him last week when he was here. He's so busy wanting everybody else to stand up and fight. Won't you start fighting and somebody see you doing your fight and they'll get in with you. But you, if you just always, I'm just putting it out there for nigga, don't put it out there for me.
Right.
You know, react
further.
off the shit.
Go further,
So
yeah.
that's why I always wanted to see that's why I asked what type of business you do, how you file your taxes. You talking about I'm traveling and shit. Well, if the police pull your ass over tonight, you know what I'm saying? Are you gonna still say that you
that's
legal
what
and
that
stuff?
license thing. Yeah, they say they're a traveler. If you're a traveler, you don't need a driver's
And he
license.
said that and stuff like that,
Right.
but goddamn it, when they arrest your ass and take you to jail, are you
I
gonna
wish
go
I was
out?
there. I missed that.
Are you gonna want the law to be right?
Right.
You're gonna fight with the law. You're gonna try to add the law and all this shit that don't affect you, that you
Right.
say don't affect you when you don't want to affect you. But now you're gonna try to go in and do it and stuff, because that's a part of the law to say that I'm traveling and I don't have to do it. So that's what I'm saying. Niggas go as far as back as what benefit them, because you can't say I'm gonna pick out this law where it say I can
I don't
legal
need a
to
license.
travel and stuff, but then
Right.
that shit
You don't need a
evolved,
license.
and now you
Right.
need licenses and stuff.
Right.
Your license is not to need to travel. Licenses came from accountability. For if you hit
Show
somebody
who you
else's
are.
shit
Right.
and you don't have no license and all this other shit, and you have to have license to be able to abide by drive an automobile. Now, nigga, if you
Drive
want to go get a
automobile.
cow and
But,
travel,
yeah.
you don't have to have a license to
Right.
walk and
To
stuff, but you have to have a
traveler.
license
Yeah,
to
'cause
be.
that's what they think.
And that's
They
what
don't need a
they-
license.
If you want to jump on a
They're
horse,
They gonna make
and
no
have a
money.
person, stop a person in Fifth Ward to ask you for your license for that horse.
Right.
You can get on a horse and do all
I
this,
wish
but
I
you
was
want
there. I
you
missed
can-
that. I missed
you want-
that
that's why-
interview.
That's why I'm tired of niggas picking and choosing what they want to
works
go
for
with.
them.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about cut and dry, simple, not trying to make it more than what it is. I think sometimes black folk pull the race card a little too
We
much.
pull it.
I honestly do.
We
Then
the
when
most
some real
racist
shit come around, no, they don't want to
I
hear
don't
it.
think we the
We the
most.
I don't think
racist
we the
people.
most racist.
We're not the most evil. We're not going to be
We
the evil
probably the
stroke.
most. We probably the most. We probably the most racist against
No,
ourselves because that shit been
we the
embedded.
most racist people. I'm not saying we're the most racist people. You know what I'm saying? But I don't feel we're the most evil people with it. You can be racist and is it racist or is it what's the
I
other
don't
word? What's
think
the
it's
other word?
racist.
It's not racist.
I think we could be prejudiced sometimes
we the most we racist
because
we're not prejudiced. We're more racist than
Prejudice isn't just a racial thing.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be more of like if me and you are brothers or bias type of shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know, but bias, which side are you laying on? But my thing is some people, some white folk don't intimidate certain black people. Some white folk do intimidate. I mean, it's just, but then you could find out the one that you wasn't really tripping on was the most racist, but you didn't know it. It's just different. It's just, it get kind of deep.
I
don't think we racist.
Are racist, but I just don't think we evil racist with it. I think we keep away or we ain't gonna allow or something like that.
I understand what you're saying, but don't
You know
you
what I'm
think that
saying?
we have a reason? If that's the
I'm
word we
not saying-
use.
I never said we
No,
didn't have a
I'm
reason.
asking a question.
We
but-
have a reason due to the fact of our past and how they treated us and stuff like that.
Well, to this day.
And now, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather us say, yeah, I'm more racist because I don't trust y'all.
I don't like. That's why I
You
said
know what I'm
I
saying?
use prejudice.
I'm not
I don't know,
I'm
I like
racist
the
and
trick.
stuff.
I
That I'm
look
gonna
up
give y'all like
prejudice.
this, like I say, I'm gonna feed you with a long wooden fork. That's how racist I am. You know what I'm saying? I'll
You
deal
look it
with
up
you.
right
But black
there.
folks, we'll deal with white folks and stuff like that. But we're quick to point them out and say, you know what I'm saying, fucked up things and all of this. That if a white person did half the shit that we do, we'll be pointing fingers. Like if white folks first start coming out with White Lives Matter,
We
you know
wouldn't be
what I'm saying?
mad.
We would be mad.
We
Yes,
expect
we would.
that
You'd
shit.
be mad.
Yes, we
We
be
expect
mad when
that.
they walking with the tiki flag and stuff like that.
But that's what they did anyway. And
yeah,
but see, the
no,
thing
we
about
accept it. We're not
no,
we
we
be
didn't
mad.
accept
We
it.
ain't
They
mad.
got they got
won't do
mad.
it. They won't do it
did
in front
all
of us.
lives matter.
They won't do it in front of
No,
us and
it's-
stuff.
They went no, but
It's
see that they
different
did
when it's
it
White Lives Matter versus KKK Lives Matter.
Yeah.
It's different.
or just white supremacy. Like,
Yeah, white
that's
supremacy.
that's the
Right.
supreme supremacy. That's the
Right.
top of the fucking racist chart.
Yeah.
And
It is.
then you got KKK, but that shit, all the KKKs is white supremacists, really.
Yeah, they
I
lost
mean,
it. That's their fault.
alt-right
That's-
movement.
I'm more like, aha. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all fucked that up. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Shit pays back. You know what I'm saying? It might be in God's will. Like, oh, we need to
Okay,
get
so
rid of the
what?
people over there. Oh, we're going to need to expand these niggas over here. The niggas don't like leaving there. So let's get them over
Okay, you
here
know
to
what?
ban
I
and
used
do
the
all
word
that.
wrong. I don't think we racist or prejudiced. It's
What
really
is it?
damn near the same thing.
It is? Okay, you looked it
It's
up.
really, yeah. I mean, a person who shows or feels discrimination or prejudice against people of other races, or who believes that a particular race is superior to the other.
No, we're not racist or prejudiced.
We
Like I
know,
said,
I mean,
I
now,
think we just some assholes. Cause I say this as in thinking as in, if it's a white man at an all black comedy club sitting in the front, you know, we're gonna go in and talk about how they act in certain ways that white people are. But if it's a black guy at an all white one, and he came, oh, we got a black guy here. Did you get you some chicken before you come? Or
Right.
did you? I bet you had watermelon soda and stuff. And they put that on TV.
you mean,
It's gonna
you
be.
mean,
We're gonna stand up and say he's racist.
but
he's
see, you
doing
know
this.
what? And see, I know what you're saying.
So we biased.
And
I feel we biased.
yeah.
I feel we the
and
most
that's why I was
biased
trying to
people
say
out
earlier,
there.
biased. But when you look at it, though, I'm gonna tell you the thing about it, which goes back to my question. And once again, I made it clear that I do things.
We have the right to do that.
Sometimes,
due to the
yeah.
fact that
And I know
past.
sometimes we take shit too far.
Mhm.
You know, like you remember the scene in Boomerang, the whole movie. When Martin Lawrence, when they were sitting at the table, and he said, "I want asparagus spirits," and then Martin was like, "Well, I gotta be asparagus spirits. It's racial." But then you know what I'm saying. But then when he did the example of the pool table, I mean that was a good one with the green, that's the land and the balls, but the black ball that's the important one, the inferior. Some theories make sense and some don't. But I think that by the way that black folk think, we think that it's okay because they always are in control, number one. They always say shit and do shit and there's nothing we can do about it. So little shit, when we get to talk about your ass in that motherfucking audience, when a comedian going hard, accept it. Because y'all,
No.
I think that's how we look at it.
Because I think it's something we can do about it, but due to the fact we don't stick together and do stuff,
As what?
we don't,
Black
you know what I'm
people?
saying, as black people. Like if we wanted to, you know what I'm saying, Walmart got on TV and said, I don't want no niggas here. Like, Hilfiger said, my clothes is not
Shit,
made for
Chick-fil-A.
black folks.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what
And
I'm
look
saying?
what happened,
And
though.
what happened?
Yeah.
Nah, Hilfiger, we
But
still
you
was
know
wearing
what?
the shit
No.
and still doing the shit.
And you
Yeah.
know why? Because I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
And
But at
this is
first
why I
they
think about that.
stopped.
That's a good. I like that example. But to I guess to further what we both saying in different ways,
We have
he
power.
made a statement saying that I never made my clothes because he understood that black folks we were made differently.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So my clothes was meant for little skinny, flat booty white guys like me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say but that was a way you could take it, basically.
Mhm.
And then what happened is somebody on his team, and I think it was Grand Pooh with a rapper, he was like, look at, because we've always been the biggest consumer under black folk.
Mhm.
Look at where your sales coming from, because we was rocking that time.
Yeah.
But that's when we started
what
making
need
our
to
own
do.
clothes.
Yeah, that's when Fubu, but he ended up selling out to the
But
white
more black
people
folk
and
came
stuff.
up.
Man, everything. How you gonna do it for us, by us, and then you sell it to
the
them?
white.
You gotta for us, by us, and we sell it to them, and you walk around us and act like you're a token black, and I
Right.
speak for black folks. Nigga,
Right.
your whole slogan was for us, by us, and you gonna sell it to
Sell it.
them.
You talking about
Right.
Gap?
Fubu.
Fubu, I know.
Damon.
I
Damon.
know
You know what I'm saying?
Damon John.
Sold it.
But I was
Sold
talking
it.
about, what you talking about?
They bought that polo.
Because when was the
ball
first time you saw? Well, you talking about
He
sold the
won
company?
because
Yeah,
he
he
won
sold
because
Well,
they
you know
nobody
why?
wearing Fubu.
You know why they
clothes,
did that though?
He was
Because
dying down.
he was dying down, and I'm gonna tell you why.
And that's
I'm gonna tell you why.
Well, come out and say that, my nigga.
No, feel this.
You know what I'm
Feel
saying?
this. The difference between Ralph Lauren and Tommy Hilfiger and Damon John didn't grow up doing fashion. The nigga just just was doing some shit and ended up selling
Pop
around
out,
niggas in his hood, and then next thing you know,
And
that's when
Philly.
LL plugged it in the Gap commercial. Niggas went to Gap looking for FUBU, and they like, we don't what?
Yeah.
It wasn't
But
that,
that's
but my
us.
point is that Ralph Lauren and them were studied, so they knew how to, as transitions of time came along, they knew how to do it. Like even Carl Kanai, he had to sit down for a minute. He came back. He big in suits.
But my thing
And his
is,
shit used to be
when-
just regular t-shirts.
But what did he do? He sold it, and it ain't for us, by us no more.
Nah,
you
nah,
ain't really doing nothing
But I
for
think
us and
he,
stuff. You turn
actually
into
he
a
was
white
rocking.
man.
Actually, he was rocking some shit recently, and that I saw on Instagram. And I think he's trying. They trying to bring back cross colors. They're trying to bring the vintage shit back.
Nah, fuck
I don't
that.
know who owned it though.
That shit ain't loud no more. But you know what I'm saying?
Shit, what's the name jackets came back? You just
Yeah.
gotta come up with a hot design.
Yeah,
the members
niggas
only
just-
jackets came back.
No, not
That's
really.
a 20-year hiatus.
That ain't back because the niggas look weird in them. They wear them with skinny
No, but they
jeans
selling
and all
again.
this other stuff. They selling again because
They've been selling again.
you know, but I just think that black folks, we need to stand up and start standing for something. We say we got the buying power, but we don't use our power, and that's our biggest
My man,
downfall right there.
Go
If we
watch
can come together.
Dr. Watkins.
We'll
He
be
talk
right
about
back.
that.
But we need one person to lead us. We don't have a leader.
Nah, leave us.
Okay, so what happened?
I ain't gonna lie, that shit fucked me up. I thought she was gonna wait till after the show. I was like,
What happened? Oh, we got it. We'll be right back, y'all.
No, let it go. You can come over here. do too.
We're
Already.
gonna do one show on consistency. Black out. Black out.
Black power.
But before we went to a break, let me finish this before I take my son out this heat box and stuff. There's too
Your
many
son
guys. Heat box. It's hot
Ready to
ass
go.
office.
Oh, shut up, the heat box.
Uh-huh. But I just feel that we need a real black leader who's going to lead by example. If he's going to get out, if we're going to say we need to boycott, you know what I'm saying, Walmart, I need to see him standing outside of that picket line talking about black people, please don't go to Walmart, they don't treat us right.
So you know what happens when we get a black leader though?
Yeah.
Oh, that black
Exactly.
killing us and stuff like that.
No. Hear me out. You know, to me, what happens when we get a black leader?
They get big headed and start doing their
Or
own
they
thing.
get paid off.
Mm-hmm.
So being that happens, to me, the purpose of a leader is to lead the masses.
That's why we need a
The-
black
but
leader. I didn't
no,
say we need
no,
somebody
no,
gonna
no,
bullshit us.
no,
He's
let
not a
me-
black leader
Let
then.
me finish. So, being that that's what happens, we don't need no leader. We already know right from wrong amongst ourselves. We already know the concept of that our money. Simple mathematics, we know that. But my thing is that all these leaders now are going to do is reincorporate old jewels that we already know in their speech. They're just going to say it a different way.
But
So-
we need that shit. It doesn't matter. You can
Man,
whoop a
you
chicken
need
child ass
to,
over
you
and over
need,
again.
you need
Why?
to
But
you
lead
gonna whoop
yourself.
them again.
Motivate you?
You need to motivate
We-
yourself. It's
No,
called
But that shit
self-motivation.
don't work.
No, it don't work.
It's not working because we're not motivated. We're not doing nothing.
How
We're
many
not
times have
going
we been
anywhere.
motivated? Somebody that
You know
told
what
us
I'm
something
saying?
real and we still didn't do it.
Then that's just like saying I'm not gonna love again because I ain't been in a relationship
I'll tell you
and
who I
failed
like as
every
leading.
time.
I'll tell you who I like as leading. It ain't
Who?
just because she pretty or
Who?
cute.
Oprah.
Nah,
She ain't cute.
that damn Angela Rod to me,
I ain't know
because she's
she-
right
Yeah,
in
that's all the crush.
she's right in the thick of things, and she's calling these motherfuckers out on the news. They debating,
She
and
is.
she know her shit.
Well,
she
we
know,
need her
and
to
she.
lead.
But I mean,
We need
and don't
to,
get me wrong.
we need to promote her more and make her
Oh, she
speak out
is.
on more
She's
stuff.
been well
And that's how
promoted.
you become a leader.
She-
You know, there's people you understand. The leaders
We
you
still got
talking about
Marsha Clark.
are made. The leaders you talking about are made. You know what I'm saying?
Because they got paid.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The ones you talk about are made because they feel like we need you, so we need to get you. We need somebody
Jesse and Al
who's
used
going
to be
do
that,
it
but they
out
fell
of
off
heart. Them niggas
long
was
time
made.
ago.
Them niggas was made.
They got paid off.
They
They
was
got
made,
paid
you know,
off.
like they was only do it, but we need
They got
people
paid off.
like the real leads we had that had passion into
They
it.
killed him.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's,
Niggas is scared to die.
but niggas ain't scared to die.
The only one that wasn't scared to
Niggas
die to me
don't
was
know.
Obama when he got out on that damn bulletproof car, and they sat in the middle of the street for about 20 minutes because he arguing with Secret Service. They're like, no, do not get out. They gonna Kennedy style your ass out here if you get out.
It takes that.
But my thing is that we had that, and the conscious niggas didn't like it. They had a problem with it. What did he do for black people? And
You know, he's the
They
American
still say
president.
that, though.
But I
They-
tell
Yeah, they
people all
still
that.
say that.
They still say
It's like,
that.
did you-
He did
He's not the most powerful man in the world. He was not. They
He's
look,
an
being a
American
is
president, so he
a
can't
front.
he cannot. He was an American president, so he had to do for American. He didn't go run as a black president.
He let a couple
He
dope
ran
dealers
for
out, though,
the
just to piss
American
their ass off.
president. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like they were saying, you know what I'm saying? Like he said, he helped us out ahead of time that he getting rid of African Americans.
Yeah.
He might have said, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes everybody moves don't need to be noticed, but sometimes it affect you later
Right.
on.
Right.
So he
right.
might have did some stuff because he couldn't do it in front of people.
Right.
But
he
we
did it
know
behind
the concept.
scenes.
You know
It's
what's
gonna
going on, you know
help-
what I'm saying?
It's gonna help us out.
All
later.
these books that
It's
we
like
had.
this. I'm telling you, the
Help us out
perfect game. He played Mousetrap with him. You know, when you beat the cheese, remember all the shit that went on and stuff when you played the Mousetrap and it finally came together?
Right.
That's what we got to do. We got to know. You got to know. If you come into this industry, you come into this, you got to play Mousetrap with people. Don't do it expecting, you know what I'm saying, for them so they can react to it right then.
Just build your
You
resume.
know what I'm saying? Build it and stuff, and when they finally catch on, it's too late to react.
But see, I'm gonna tell you something. And once again, we've had millions and millions and millions and millions of examples. We got millions of books. We got billions of books. We got information.
Help us. We don't
Nah,
like to read.
see, it is gonna help us, but it's not gonna help you until not you, but I mean that person.
I need that.
Until they want to read.
Lead
But
me.
but see, my
But
thing
I'm
is,
truthful enough to, so I need to lead. I need to see somebody to stand up, because that's just like saying, why go to church when we can read the Bible? We go to church
That's
so
it.
we can, you know what I'm saying, do all
Man,
the other
look,
stuff.
We can come and say, you know what I'm saying.
Fellowship and do all that. We can just read the Bible and you
But
can take it how you
but
want
see,
to
the
go
thing about
react
it
on
is that, and what's so funny is, okay, so case in point. I see what it is, but that's why they said you want to hide something from a nigga put in a book, because niggas rather be talked to if they gonna listen and read. But my thing is you don't know if somebody's telling you the truth until you read. And the problem is we've been conditioned to believe that we don't want to read. But when it's time to read some shit that interests you, like my mom at the point when I was young, let me tell you something. I was stacking. Okay, my World Star was Source magazines back in the day.
Okay.
I had boxes and boxes of Source magazines, bags and bags. I'm talking about that's what interests me. But my thing is that we don't really need a leader. Information is our leader.
I think that's where we fall short.
Knowledge is our.
We're so busy
because
talking
we
about
know.
what we don't need.
Look, you
it's
still
not
got Marcus
helping
Garvey
us.
books. You still
But
got
the main
Malcolm X
thing is,
books.
but
You
you
still got
talking-
Martin Luther King books.
But is it helping us?
And then we got millions.
helping us?
No,
Or
because we
you
don't
want to
want to
argue
read.
the fact? You know, you one of the people that say, you know what I'm saying? I
Laziness
don't want
is no
help.
excuse.
Fuck the laziness.
And ignorance is no
However,
excuse.
whatever it takes to get it done, that's all we need to focus on.
But you
want
got
to
to
argue
yourself.
the fact of how we going to get it done.
You got to rely on yourself
You know what I'm
first. I'm not saying never have a leader. That's not what I'm saying. Let me say that now. What I'm saying is, and even in order for you to know if your leader is worthy, hold on. And even if for you to know that you're worthy worthy to lead you, you have to know something that he's talking about, so you can be like, I know that, I know that, I know that.
The main thing is, don't you got to get that spark before you get that fire? You want the fire without the spark.
It's self-motivation. I can give you the jewels, but you got to want to come get them.
You can't get no fire without spark.
You got to spark yourself.
You can't get no fire without spark. Everything take a spark. Gas, you know what I'm saying? Everything needs that spark, fire. You cannot start a fire without a spark.
Yeah, but what
you
you're
want
doing
a fire,
is,
but you don't want the spark.
What you're doing is you're making somebody else the fire, and me, or you making them.
I make them the spark.
You gotta be there for yourself. You can't rely on nobody but
fire without the
yourself.
spark.
You gotta rely on
You
yourself.
can't make the fire without the spark.
But knowledge.
You can't argue. Why argue about how it started?
So do
we
they have
really
to be-
argue about just getting it
Do they
started.
have to be there in person to lead you?
No.
Because they left books. They've been dead for hundreds of
Here you
years.
go with that.
No, I'm serious.
He's still fighting on the spark.
No, because you
He
still
wants
not.
you to be the fire. No, fuck that.
It's self-motivation.
I'm not that motivated ass nigga. And a lot of us out there is the same way. And that's why we need to, you know what I'm saying, grow with it and figure out. It's not about what it took to get us there. Let's fucking get there. But people, you know what I'm saying, I think that's what white people, you know what I'm saying, argue about. You know what I'm saying? White people know that if we put doubt in their head this way, they gonna argue about this over that. I was married and stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying? And when I talk to my wife, as soon as I start saying something, I had to pick and choose how I talk to her, because if I come to her wrong and say something like this, no matter what I say after that, that's all she hearing is one, you know what I'm saying? Say, you wrong for this. I'm wrong for this, I'm wrong for this, I'm wrong for this, I'm wrong for this. I'm saying all kind of other shit. And all she thinking, how I respond, I'm wrong for this. She thinking of her response instead of listening to what I
Did it
hear.
ever work? Or because you said,
I divorced that bitch.
Okay, now.
Got her. But you know what I'm saying?
And I feel what you're saying. I mean, that is a very real, that should happen.
Yes.
And it's with anybody.
So
and that's,
the
but my
books ain't
point
gonna
is,
work 'cause the books been
but
there
my
for long as
point,
ain't
but
gonna
no,
work.
but see, my point is that you're talking about she has to become, she needs experience and become an experience in relationships.
She need to read books. And
No, not read books, because you're talking about a relationship. I don't think no book can fix a relationship. But what I'm talking about is, I'm talking about when it's time for you to learn finance, or when it's time for black folk to figure out where to put their money in and what really matters. And the thing is you, in order for you to learn that, Dr. Boyce Watkins is teaching finance class, and I'm gonna take it back to you for hold on, I'm gonna take it back to you when I talk about you have examples of history. See, sometimes experience doesn't have to cost you. It could be somebody else's experience and you learn from it. Case in point.
Well, why can't we
Black Wall Street. Hold on. Because I'm talking about for our time. I don't need a black leader to put like this.
You are in the spark.
No, I'm not. You gotta let me finish. I don't think that I need to go and listen to nobody tell me how good finance is once I learned and read about Black Wall Street and how Black Wall Street, Black Wall Street grows so much money that even parts of the government started losing money because we were funding ourselves. We were making our own clothes. Hold on, G. I'll let you ride for a minute. So, being that said, I don't think you should have, I mean, yes, you go to college and you get that information because your leader is your professor. You get that information because you're supposed to be there in order to get this degree, so you got to go through that. But, to be honest with you, you should not really have to go to fucking college to learn finance or to know that we are the biggest and the most economical when you walk out in the hood and you see 30 street niggas with a Benz. You already know that we fund. So what I'm trying to say to you is that there are things that are in front of you.
Rebuttal.
And you learn, you really know these things.
Rebuttal. You saying we need to go read. I'm saying we need a leader and stuff. Do it matter? You read.
I'm not saying we don't need a leader, but your leader should not be the one to fire you up. That's what I'm saying.
My saying is you reading is the same thing as verbally a leader telling you. Because you reading somebody else's point of view on things. The author wrote this to fit what he's trying to express. Ain't no different and verbal or written.
Learning styles too, though.
Okay, now
verbal or written.
If you remember, I made your point earlier when I said there's still Marcus Garvey books. There's still Malcolm X books. So what I'm saying, listen to me. No, it's not about. See, that's that lazy shit right now.
No, that's not that lazy shit. That's that real shit.
But you said you gonna read Marcus Garvey.
Because I know I'm not gonna do it. So for me to ask you,
well, listen to what I'm saying because you know what you ain't gonna do.
I know what I'm not gonna do.
But if I can reach some other niggas that will listen to us right now, going back and forth, I would hope there's somebody that's out there saying, you know what, my daddy got that same book that he talking about in the other room.
Yeah.
And I never let me go pick it up and read.
You reach that one nigga, but then I want to get on BET and tell some niggas, and I'm gonna reach 10 niggas. That's my whole thing is. I'm not arguing fuck the solution. I want the answer.
You know how do you get the answer though?
We get the answer by
how do you know they're giving you the right answer?
Solution that the majority people
how do you know that's
follow
the right
and
answer?
do. Huh?
How you know it's the right answer?
We never know anything right. We don't know anything right because the shit affects us later on. I'm gonna go outside and smoke a cigarette on my way home, and that shit might affect me 10 years from now.
And I can't wait that long, man. I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna tell you something. These are the things that I had to learn the hard way.
Somebody said something about me.